Oye, Francisco, ideas será vivir, eres mi único amor, mi primer amor, yo me muero sin ti. Hice mal, reconocí el error, no debí poner a prueba tu amor, todo lo que causé, nunca lo imaginé.
Well, it's getting more and more dangerous to be a TriMet bus driver and blog. I mean, I'm still doing it, but I'm very careful what I say and put up. Anything that I get now, any clips that I take of anything that could be misconstrued either by me, you think that I say or other employees say that I think that in the least bit could be misconstrued, I do not put those up. Those are saved from my personal collection, which someday will be part of the full-length movie if I ever make it to retirement and actually live. Who knows if I'll drop dead, and well, if I drop dead I can at least say I had fun while I was here. Yeah, you gotta be real careful. I mean, it's, you know, you're under the microscope here. And that bicyclist, boy, that's a powerful bunch of people. I mean, it should be obvious. That's one powerful group there. And you can't really mess with them. You can't even take a public stand against them. You can be as against them as you want, but don't say it publicly. You know? And you can't do it because they're being treated like a race-protected, like, what do they call that? There's some kind of a law that protects, I don't know, it's like a hate thing or something, a hate crime. They're being treated like an actual minority of people that have some kind of special protections if you criticize them. And that's not a joke. That's a real thing that's really happening. And I experienced it myself. And I didn't, you know, my thing was completely unjustified. And I don't know what, you know, like I said, I don't know what Dan said, but I know that it's, he was expressing an emotion at the time, you know. I know how Dan writes. I've followed everything he's ever done. He writes from the heart. He's a very emotional writer. So at the time he was thinking whatever thought, I'm going to run over that damn bicyclist next time or whatever. I don't have any idea what he wrote. That was his thought at the time. And for him to be crucified for that is very troubling. Really. That's a very troubling development in the world of the blog. Julio, LA, my favorite state. Enter the gates. Here's where you lose your freedom, right through that gate. As soon as I go through that gate, I'm not a free man anymore. And then we have the issue of the union contract and why the hell is it so hard to read? It's completely hard to read. You can't really understand what they're doing there. And you know, I was just looking specifically at the benefits thing, the health, and there's like, you have to pay for one person, it's like $450 before you get any benefits, and like for a whole family it can go up to $4,500. And then the various procedures have responsibility clauses like, you know, an operation, you have to come up with 30% of the total costs. So that's not acceptable. And if that gets forced on us, then I don't know. I really don't know what we're going to do if they force us to take that. They have the nerve in the same, you know, they reading their stuff and listening to them, it's just useless. You have to see what they do. They have the nerve in the same contract to say it's important to them to retain and get new employees to have a very quality health package. You know, they actually have the nerve to put that in there too. I had somebody, one of my pals, is driving a 2900, and the 2900 Air is not working, so they're gonna suffocate the passengers. Now, they don't have any more buses, apparently. It's a 57 route. Well, we can't give you a new bus, so the people are going to have to suffer. You know, God love TriMet, you know, just going, the place is really, it's really hitting the skids, man. That's why Fred bailed out of here. He saw this coming. He knew it was going to hit the skids. And I feel bad for Neil and Shelley and all of them inheriting this mess. I wouldn't want to be in their shoes right now. It's going to be nothing but a mess. And here's poor Ross. He's getting dragged through the muck now. You know, they're tightening the screws because that woman walked into his lift. And they're like, oh, you got to come in and talk to us about that right away. And as he said, there's nothing to talk about until the appeal, because he contends it's not his fault. And I don't see how it's his fault. I just don't see it at all. It's not possible. I don't see how they can possibly pin that one on him, that somebody walks into the lift. It's almost intentional, you know. Maybe it is intentional for all we know. Happens all the time. Insurance fraud is big business. There it is. They said the high was going to be 74, and it's hot out here in the sun. I mean, hot, hot, hot. I don't know. I don't like things. I don't like things. It worries me. I'm very worried about the way things are going in this world. 21 gun salute. Hail America. Hail Oregon. Hail America. Hail Oregon. And let's see. Look at how nice it is. Nice cirrus clouds. It is cooler out here today. Tomorrow's supposed to get hot, and so far 67 has just been like, see that sign on the side that says paradise? Well, that's how the 67 has been for the last few days. There's a margarita, but guess what? I'm not drinking it. I'm not. Oh, that? I don't know. How is it?
So good. Thank you.
She's drinking that, not me. I'm having chips.
I'm having the margarita chips.
Yeah,
Random writer.
Yeah.
God.
Okay, time to check out our bus. Blank space, blank space, blank space. Wait a minute. It's a new poem. I love finding poems. 2 nights running I was out there in orange moonlight with old bed sheets and a stack of summered over Sunday papers, tucking up the tomatoes while the peppers whimpered and went under and the radishes dug in with their dew claws, and all over the field the goldenrod blackened and fell down like Napoleon's army. I like that one. That's a good... Maxine Kuban. I like that one. That's a good one. That one had some feeling to it. Like Napoleon's army. It was a nice line too. Everything else is blank, 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 blank. There goes a 52. Powering up.